My name is Elizabeth Kelley. I go by Beth. My horse's name is Paleface Whiz. He goes by Junior. And I was in the Reining for NRHA Derby. I think it's great. I mean, the Reining is really important because it gives people who can't compete at the higher levels a chance to compete. You know, there's so many different levels of it. I mean, we have people in wheelchairs that are completely paralyzed from the waist down that can do it. You know, I have a partially paralyzed left leg. I actually am allowed to ride in non-pro classes because NRHA does give permission for me to hold onto the horn, which helps. And then with just classes like this, you have people who can do like simple lead changes, who can't do a full lead change, a flying lead change. And they get the whole experience of the horse show, you know. I mean, they get part of the whole Derby, and I wish all the other large shows like Futurity and Tulsa and, you know, 100X did this too. It would be great. Well, Junior was introduced to me by Jared, my trainer, Jared Leclerc. I actually had a psycho mare when Jared begged me to get rid of and showed me Junior, and I fell in love with him from day one. Junior actually is deaf. And we actually had a reporter ask us once if a para rider had to have a para horse. It was hilarious. But Junior is great. He feels everything. I mean, I just have to think something and he does it. So I actually have to be pretty careful in the ring. I can't, you know, most horses you have to think of your ahead. I can't think ahead. I can only think like 3 steps ahead. Because if I think lead change and I'm only going around the corner, he will change right there. So I have to be pretty careful. But he's awesome. You know, if my leg starts giving out on me and it gets wobbly, he will actually carry himself underneath me, and he'll actually stop if he feels me coming off. I mean, he really takes good care of me. I'll be honest, it's not the ribbons, it's not the trophies, it's not the plaques. Those are fun, but it's all the people. You know, it's my barn mates, you know, it's the people I show with. I see people at shows that you only see at shows. You know, I have friends, people I've known for 20 years and always see them at shows, but they're really good friends. And I think that's the most important part. You know, I'm a non-pro. It's not for the money. It really isn't. I mean, there's no way I could ever earn enough money to put what I put into this. So it's not for that. It's for the experience and the challenge. And I really love the drive and the try to better myself. Because it's not really competing against everybody else. You're competing against yourself. You want to keep getting better and better and better. And this sport allows you to do that. You know, you keep going up level and level. And that's what I like. Well, sometimes his leg gets a little floppy. You know, I don't have a whole lot of control over it. So Junior had to learn when it's doing it on purpose, when I'm kicking him on purpose, or when it's just flopping around. And it took us a long time to get to that. And he's gotten to that where he'll kind of like shift a little bit. And I think he realizes that if he keeps doing that, you know, in the same rhythm of flopping, it's not what I want him to do. It's the rhythm of the loping, and then he'll ignore it. And it's also if I can turn my leg out a little bit more so he feel it a little different. So we've been working a lot on that, on the right circles. Our right circles were so ugly for the longest time. I swear we must have done 100 miles of right circles over and over and over again. But he, you know, he got it. And he's a smart horse. I mean, and he's so adaptable. He really is. I mean, I can't say enough about that old guy. I love him. And he's going to be retired at my home, so he's not for sale ever, ever, ever. Oh, definitely Jared Leclerc. I mean, he is great. He has taken on myself as a para rider, which is really hard for a coach. You know, we've had to come up with different ways to train Junior, different ways for me to actually, you know, to get him to do things with his leg, and he's really had to think out of the box, and he's really great at doing that. It's Elizabeth Kelley. I go by Beth, and my horse's name is Paleface Whiz. He goes by Junior. And I was in the Reining Championships here at the NRHA Derby. Junior, he takes care of me. He really does. And he also, he really likes to show. He loves the show. He comes alive in there, and he loves to stop. He gets those back boots on, and you could feel him. He gets all tense, he gets all tingly. And if I have to go slow on the rundown, he gets kind of a little pissed because he really wants to go. He really wants to slide, and he loves to go fast. He loves to show off for the crowd. And it's funny because he's deaf, so he can't really hear them. But I think he gets the vibe, and he feels it, and he feels me, you know. And then great thing about it is when I get off balance, which is why I hold on the horn. If I ever do get off balance, he will actually stop dead. So if ever I'm about to fall off, he will stop dead. It doesn't matter if we're in the slide or on the rundown. He'll just, no, we're not going any further until you get back on the saddle. So he really does take good care of me. It was great. I love this Coliseum. I really do. I mean, this is so awesome. The dirt's perfect. And oh, I don't know, it just feels nice in there. You know, I always thought that South Point was like the best Coliseum to show in, but I think this is better than South Point. I really do. I really do want to tell you that it takes a village, okay? And Jared Leclerc, he has worked really hard to get Junior and me dialed in. You know, with this bum leg, we've had to do all sorts of different things. You know, I can't ride like everybody else. I can't give the same commands. I can't give the same pushing. So he's had to think really out of the box for me, and we both had to like come up with different. You know, I'll be like, "Well, Jared, what if I try this?" And he's like, "Yeah, we'll try that." And we've really come into a really good program for us. And then, of course, you know, the pit crew. I call them the pit crew because they are the best. I mean, they take such good care of our horses and of us. I mean, we're always like immaculately groomed, even though we don't feel like it. So he's just, the whole crew is great.